Imagine you wake up one day and someone has swapped your car's steering wheel for a joystick, replaced your brakes with a maybe button, and turned the volume on your radio to a permanent 10. That is not a fever dream. That is Tuesday when you're 15. Adolescence is the most misunderstood era of human existence. Society treats it like a waiting room for adulthood, but biology treats it like a revolutionary war. Your body is staging a coup against your childhood. Your brain is deleting half its files. And your hormones are basically the Joker running around Gotham City. Today, we're going deep, past the pimples and the mood swings, to look at the neurological heist happening inside your skull. This is the science of why you are literally a different person than you were 5 minutes ago. Let's talk about the PFC gap. In a finished adult brain, the prefrontal cortex, PFC, is the CEO. It handles impulse control, empathy, and predicting that if you try to skateboard off a moving bus, it will end in a cast. But brain development is a slow-moving construction crew that starts at the back and moves to the front. First, there's the cerebellum at the back. This handles physical coordination. You're getting taller and your limbs are growing faster than your brain can map them, which is exactly why you're suddenly clumsy. Then there's the nucleus accumbens in the center. This is the reward center, and this is the problem. During adolescence, this area is hyper-reactive. This creates the mismatch effect. Your reward system is screaming for dopamine, excitement, sugar, likes, social validation. But the CEO, that prefrontal cortex, is still in a meeting at the back of the building. When a teen is given a reward, their brain shows way more activity than an adult's. A like on Instagram to a 15-year-old feels like winning a Grammy. A rejection feels like a physical punch. You aren't being extra. Your brain is literally amplifying the signal. You've heard the phrase, use it or lose it. Your brain takes that very seriously. Between the ages of 12 and 20, your brain undergoes synaptic pruning. When you were a kid, you had a billion connections. It was a chaotic mess of maybe I'll be an astronaut, ballerina, dinosaur. Now, your brain is streamlining. It's cutting the pathways you don't use and insulating the ones you do use with a fatty substance called myelin. Think of myelin like high-speed fiber optic cable. It makes your neural signals travel up to 3,000 times faster. This is why the hobbies you pick up now, coding, guitar, skating, math, stick with you forever. But it's also why habits like doom scrolling or negative self-talk get hardwired into your system. You are literally building the highway system you'll be driving on for the next 60 years. Choose your construction zones wisely. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why are your parents suddenly so wrong about everything? Evolutionarily, if you stayed 100% comfortable at home, you'd never leave. And if you never leave, the species dies out. To prevent this, nature gives you a push. During adolescence, your brain's oxytocin receptors increase. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone. But here's the twist. It makes you bond less with your family and more with your peers. To a teen brain, a social death, like being embarrassed in class, is treated with the same urgency as a physical death. This is why you might spend 3 hours picking an outfit. You aren't vain, you're performing a high-stakes survival ritual. This is also why you argue. Conflict with parents is a practice run for independence. You're testing your boundaries to see where you end and they begin. It's messy. It involves a lot of door slamming, but it's actually a sign of a healthy, developing ego. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. You are not lazy. Your biological clock, or circadian rhythm, undergoes a massive shift during puberty. Melatonin, the hormone that tells your body to sleep, doesn't start flowing in a teen brain until about 11 p.m. In an adult, it's 9 p.m.
This means when your school starts at 7:30 a.m., your brain is still in its deepest REM cycle. Making a teen wake up at 7 a.m. is the cognitive equivalent of making a 40-year-old wake up at 4 a.m. every single day. We are sending a generation of people into their most important learning years in a state of permanent, chronic sleep deprivation. This affects your amygdala, making you more irritable, more depressed, and more likely to eat an entire bag of chips for breakfast just for a quick hit of energy.
So, if it's all mood swings and tired eyes, why do we have adolescence at all?
Because of neuroplasticity. Your brain is more moldable right now than it will ever be again. This is the period of hyper-learning. You have the ability to see the world with fresh eyes, to challenge systems that adults have become too tired to fix, and to feel passion with an intensity that grown-ups literally can't reach anymore. You aren't a broken adult. You are a highly specialized version of a human designed for change, for risk, and for innovation. If you're in the middle of this right now, here is your survival guide. First, forgive your brain. It's doing its best with a half-finished manual. Second, wait 10 minutes. When that "I must buy this, say this, do this" feeling hits, give your logic center 10 minutes to catch up to your emotions. And third, sleep. Even an extra hour makes you 20% less likely to have a lizard brain meltdown.
Adolescence is the only time in your life where you'll feel this much, this fast. It's a wild ride, but you're going to make it to the other side with a brain that is uniquely, powerfully yours. Thanks for sticking with me through the chaos. If this helped you understand why you, or your kid, is acting like a glitchy AI, hit that like button. Tell me the most teen brain thing you've done this week in the comments. I'll be hearting the most relatable ones. Stay smart, stay restless. I'll see you in the next one.